Hey guys, welcome back. I was just thinking about, I was thinking about the word relationship, and I feel like a lot of us get that word construed with the way the universe perceives it. And the reason why I want to share this today is because this morning I was just thinking about, kind of had like an epiphany, just kind of look back in hindsight of my life and realizing that for so long I construed the word relationship. And finally, as I got older and wiser, I learned just through my experiences that how the universe perceives it completely different from us. And I always remember saying when I was younger that the universe doesn't know, it only knows what your energy, it only knows what you are thinking about, and whatever direction that whatever it is that you're focusing on is the direction that you move into, because that's the prominent energy that you're putting out there. So, and it doesn't know the difference between no and yes. It just knows whatever you're thinking about is the direction. So, um, I was when I was probably in my, I would say 30s, 29, 30. I decided to go down a road which I thought was kind of like a safe haven. And I was getting away from relationships that I thought no longer served me. And I do, looking back in hindsight, I realized that those relationships had exhausted themselves and it was time to move on. And then when I was moving into these new ones, everything felt right. Everything felt good. So I felt like, okay, this is the avenue I need to move into. And as I moved in, I dedicated my life to helping those individuals, but I also I neglected Craig, and meaning that any dreams or ambitions that I had for myself, I kind of set aside to help others. But I also didn't realize I was stepping into like a karmic cycle. And whether or not I had a choice to go down that road, I'm not 100% sure on, but I do know that I, as I was getting deeper into these relationships with these individuals, and they were family members, um, I decided that I was going to help them achieve their goals. But at the same time, deep down, I wanted a relationship with a significant other because at the time I didn't know how relationships worked. I just thought, okay, I can have several different relationships, with my family, with a significant other, and manage all those. But looking back now, there wasn't. It was one or the other. And because I chose to go the other direction, I was then setting aside what I wanted with my significant other. And also, I was my dreams that I had with building an empire, with being as a power couple, with that, with the my kingdom spouse. And but because I chose to go down the road with my family members, I was setting that aside. So what happened was I went down this road, and it started with one family member, and at the time I knew who Craig was. I had gone through, I had broken through some generational curses prior to this. It was probably like 5 years before this. But I was coming into Craig. I was knowing who Craig was, and I had broken some curses that I needed to break with my son because of what was carried through our generational lineage. Um, Needed to be broken, and like I kind of mentioned in other videos, I kind of started journeying back in 2006. So when I evolved and was becoming the man I wanted to be, I had a stronger foundation, but I was still weak on my feminine side. I was always brought up to be more masculine, and I needed to, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to. Um, you just had to be a man, and you had to step up, which is great because I learned so much from just being a man because it helped me carry through some of my careers that just made me stronger and be able to tackle anything just because I had a mental fortitude that was just unstoppable. And so it helped me achieve a lot of success in other areas, but I neglected my feminine side, and so my creative side wasn't really evolved yet. And so I do love that I went through this cycle with my family members because we had generational curses from past lives that we carried into this life. And then we also had um, ancestral lineage, karmic debt that we had to clear as well. And so I started with one family member, and we went through years of healing and growing. And then from there, I had like a little reprieve where I was able to then focus on myself. And then it was a safe haven, and I was able to really ground myself and get myself back to Craig, kind of. But there was still there was the financial um, habits that my family lineage had and that I had created because of my being a product of my own environment, or being a product of my family's environment. I had to then break some of those, and then I moved into another relationship with another family member, and then we had to heal and grow through that. And then as that was coming to an end after a couple years, then I then transitioned to move. It was kind of, and it's kind of funny too how this all works. Because of all the every second we're creating karma, whether it's good or bad. And so as I look back in hindsight now, what is so interesting is kind of off subject, but with the subject is, I was getting ready to move to California, but I realized there had to be cycles that had to be completed. And before I can do that, I had to heal so much of myself before I could move. So now, looking back in hindsight, now it's been over 4 years since I have moved from Nevada to California. I look at the cycles of my life, and I realized that every time that I got ready to move from a city to another city or a state to another state, I had to heal and forgive and move forward from any harmful or any all of my karmic debt had to be completed before I could move. And so whether it was through dreams, whether it was physically with the individual, or through any situation, I had to heal all those and then ascend myself. And it's funny, it's always through fitness, it's always through eating healthy, it's always through being spiritually grounded and evolving into myself. And then it's always been in my career space as well, where as I cultivated those skills and talents within all that, it's like I ascended so much higher above all of everything that I had created prior. So it's like it would give me that's what gave me that different perspective, because where you enter, you can't solve those solutions at that same level. You have to elevate yourself and then look at it from a different perspective. So that was my way of doing it. So now, kind of going back to what I was saying, is then I moved to Sacramento, and then I got with another family member, and I had to heal with them again. And this time it was different because it was the first individual I did it with, and then now I'm doing it again. But this time we both have evolved and we both have grown. So the relationship was reciprocated, but it was not Craig's journey yet. And Craig's journey was, I wanted to be with somebody that I can be a powerhouse with. But then I realized I had so much healing to do in my relationship, my abandonment issues, and I had to deal with, so a lot of it had to deal with relationships. And so it was just kind of little things that kind of occurred along my journey through the years of being here in California. I realized I healed, but now that I'm back in California, California is my home state. And so being home, it regrounded me differently than I have when I was gone. So that was nice. But it's so interesting that now that I'm at a juncture in my life, it's funny, I am quickly evolving. And again, all the areas that I have told you about before I moved from Nevada to California, in my workspace, in my health, finances, like everything just has to be evolved higher for me to move into my next phase of my life. So I'm not sure where I'm going from here, but it's just, I'm kind of seeing these cycles, and it's like I go through these lessons. But the thing that I didn't learn when I moved from Nevada to here was I didn't take what I had learned just prior before me moving. I didn't take all that and continue and growing into more, because the more I become of all those areas of my life that are truly Craig, God will give me more of. And because I didn't do that, I kind of fell back into Craig's old ways. Though then I had to heal all that karmic energy, and now here I am again. But this time I have somebody in my life that is very significant to me and supports me like I've never been supported before. So it's so amazing to have someone so just incredible in my life that just truly sees me for who I am. And literally, like, she's not as spiritual as I am, but man, she is very spiritually connected, but she doesn't realize it herself. But she's getting there. And it's so amazing because she just throws out these little, like, she'll just randomly think of things and say it. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Like, I need to do that. Or yeah, it's the universe's way of speaking to me. So it's just beautiful how I have this new relationship that is truly not like a karmic. It's somebody that is a true soul tribe, or she's part of my soul tribe, my new soul tribe, that is going to be, I'm coming together with in this new, I guess new earth is what they're calling it, or this new chapter. But it's so amazing because now I look back and I'm like, okay, this time we're going to continue to grow and evolve in all those aspects that I need to continue, that makes me more of who Craig is. And as I evolve and grow in those are only going to give me a different perspective every elevation I get to, of support and resistance. Because I trade as well, so I always kind of use that analogy of support and resistance. So as I break through each resistance and that becomes my new support, it's going to be awesome, because now I'm not slowing my pace down, or I'm not slowing down, because now I recognize how far I've come and where I'm at, and and the cycles, and I don't want to have to repeat those cycles. I'm losing battery. But so yeah, so relationships, going back to the word relationship, so relationships are not just with a significant other. Relationships are in with your family member. So if you're going to devote your time to being with a family member, then you need to remember that you're giving your commitment to, that's a relationship, and that's how the universe is going to recognize it. That is a relationship. They don't know if it's your brother, sister, aunt, uncle, dog, or whoever. That is a committed relationship, and that's how the universe perceives it. So, or it's a business, whether it's a person, place, or thing, it's a relationship. So if you guys want to be with a significant other and want to do all these things, you gotta literally focus on yourself. Keep focusing on yourself. Always focus on yourself. That's number one. But you have to choose in that moment of that chapter. Okay, is this who I want to spend this next chapter with? Because whoever it is, and if they're not aligned with your beliefs and your dreams and visions, and you guys don't have that same vision, then it's gonna create issues. It's gonna create karma that you're gonna have to heal and grow through. So guys, make sure you pick what you want for your chapters. It is so important that you focus on what fills your heart with so much joy and happiness, but you focus on the relationships of who you're going to be spending it with, because if you don't, you're gonna regret some of it. But I don't regret any of it. I got to heal and grow through a lot of that, and made me a better man. I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I am definitely aligned with it now, and I'm definitely moving forward. So I'm definitely proud of myself, and I'm just going to keep going and yeah, just keep doing me. So, but anyways, I don't know who this is going to resonate with, but leave your guys' stories down in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and if this resonates with you guys, because again, relationships are so important, but the wrong ones can derail you. So guys, just stay focused on your path, all right? And make sure you choose those right people. I mean, because if not, you don't know how long that chapter is going to be. And I think that last chapter with my family members was over 10 years. So a lot of growing, a lot of healing, but I can definitely move in. You know, at least my son doesn't have to really deal with those. He'll just have to deal with whatever he creates. And then I've healed a lot of my ancestral beliefs and the karmas that they have created. So I'm definitely creating a family lineage that is going to be strong and powerful moving into the future for the kids' kids. So it's awesome. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.